I'm Becca. I'm gonna be reading Oh, I messed up. I already messed up. Pippi Goes on Board by Astrid Lindgren. The cover is kind of scary. I don't really care. Chapter 1. Pippi at home in Villa Villacula. If a stranger should come to a certain little Swedish town, and should happen one day to find himself at... What? Gender equality. Himself at a certain spot on the edge of it, he would see Villa Villacula. Not that the cottage was much to look at. It's rather a ramshackle old place with a tangled, garden around it. But it would be natural for a stranger to pause and wonder, who lived there? Why there is a big horse on the porch? Oh, there's a pony. If it was evening and beginning to get dark, and if he caught a glimpse of a little girl strolling around in the garden, looking as if she had no idea of going to bed, he might think, oh, it's the ghost! No, he might think, now I wonder why that little girl's mother doesn't see that she goes to bed. All the other children are fast asleep by this time of night. How do you know when the children are asleep? What is it? Who is this guy? If the little girl came to the gate, as she would almost certainly do because she liked talking to people, then he would be able to take a good look at her, just like he looked at all the other kids in the town. And he would very likely think, she's one of the most freckled and red-haired children I've ever seen. Later on, he would probably think, freckles and red hair are really very nice. That is, if the person who has them looks as happy as this child does. That's cool. That's cool observation, dude. Any stranger would probably be interested to know the name of this little redhead sauntering around by herself in the twilight, and he would ask, "What's your name?" And she would answer gaily, as opposed to straightly, "My name's Pippa Delicatessa Windowshade Mackerel Mint Ephraim's daughter Longstocking, daughter of Captain Ephraim Longstocking, formerly the Terror of the Sea, now a cannibal king, but everyone calls me Pippi." That's cool. That's a good name. My name's a little shorter than that, but not much. She really believed it when she said her father was a cannibal king, because it's Hannibal Lecter, because he... Oh, there's a cat on my bed. Because he had once been blown overboard and had vanished from sight when he and Pippi were sailing on the sea. Pippi's father was rather stout, so she was sure he couldn't have drowned. He probably did. It was perfectly reasonable to think that he had been washed up on an island and become a king of the cannibals there. This is what Pippi was sure must have happened. I think she was watching a little too much Cannibal Holocaust Green Inferno movies. So stay up late and watch those movies, kids. If the stranger went on talking with Pippi, the police would come. Oh, sorry, wrong line. He would learn that Pippi lived all alone at Villa Villacula. Alone, that is. Except for the horse on the porch and the monkey called Mr. Nilsson. Where? There's a monkey in this book, and there's also a cat trying to climb on me, Leah. If he was a kind-hearted man, he would naturally wonder, how does this poor youngster live? Painfully, probably surrounded by dirt, gross things, poopy. But he needn't have worried. I'm rich as a troll, Pippi used to say. And she was. Whatever that means. She had a whole suitcase full of gold coins that her father had given her, and she got along beautifully with neither a father nor a mother. Because there was nobody there to tell her when to go to bed, Pippi told herself, and she passed out from exhaustion. Sometimes, to be sure, she didn't tell herself until around 10 o'clock. That's late. That's a late time. Because there was nobody... I just read it. Because she had never been able to see why children should go to bed at 7. Why not 7:20? Why not 2 in the morning? So after 7... I can't read. After 7 was when you could have the most fun. So if the stranger shouldn't have been surprised to see Pippi roaming around the garden even after the sun had gone down, and the air was getting cold, and Tommy and Annika had been tucked into bed long ago. Who are you people? Who are you people? Tommy, I don't even know who you are. Oh, Tommy and Annika were the children Pippi played with. They lived next door. They had both father and a mother. Both father and mother thought it was a good thing for children to go to bed at 7. Well, screw your parents. 7:20 is the way to go. Oh, God. If the stranger stayed after Pippi had said goodnight and gone away from the gate, and if he saw Pippi go up on the porch and pick up the horse in her strong arms and carry him out into the garden, wow, he would certainly rub his eyes and wonder if he was dreaming. What an extraordinary child this is, he would say to himself. Why, she can actually lift that horse. She is the most extraordinary child I've ever seen. It so happens she sold her soul because she's a ginger. She sold it to have super strength to pick up horses, killed her parents. He'd be right, too. Pippi was the most extraordinary child in that town at any rate. There may be more extraordinary children in other places, but in that little town, there was no one to compare Pippi Longstocking. Nowhere in the world, in that town or any other, was there anyone half so strong as she was. Clearly, never read Legend of Paul Bunyan, the blue bull friend, to pick up a hammer. Oh my god, I'm tired. Suggest from what to read next. I can't continue. That book just introduces characters at a lightning rate. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Also, I have cat hair up my nose. It's everywhere.